show. This is GAOtv, and you're watching. Today with us is Jana, and sorry for misspell. This is Yana, and I would love her to please introduce herself. This is Yana. Yana, over to you.
Hello, Zafar. Thank you for invitation. Yes, okay. So introduction. Let's dive into this story of mine, which probably could be boring for some or interesting for others. I live in Central Europe, in very small country, Slovakia, former Czechoslovakia, for those who don't know. It's not Slovenia, because there is Slovenia and there is Slovakia. I'm proud citizen of European Union. And if I go back to, my studies, I chose to study management of travel agencies at Hotel Academy in beautiful small town, spa town in Slovakia. And my choice was such because probably I wanted to travel the world, to see the places, the cities, the mountains, and the places we usually see at the postcards or in the TV. Back then it was like 30 years ago, probably, when I started these studies. So there were no smartphones, and we could only see the pictures in the TV or in the magazines. So yes, that was my reason why I chose the studies. After studies, however, I moved to Czech Republic, and I was shortly working in IT company in administration. It was my first official job, and then I got married and raised 2 kids. And with my ex-husband now, we had this paragliding production company and school. So, I was helping and working in that company for probably other 20 years. And after 20 years, I moved back to Slovakia because my parents needed some medical care. So I moved back home, and I was working remotely at the time for a telecommunication company. And I know Rehan Allahabala for 10 years. So for 10 years, probably I was helping in the background to Rehan Foundation. And this year, we started this project of interviews with facilitators and students. So I'm seen more online nowadays. So that would be my brief introduction.
Wow. I mean, you've got a lot in your plate to talk about. There's a lot of interesting things. I like to know Yana 15 years, 14 years. I mean, how was she? What were her dreams and what were her aspirations?
15 years. When I was 15 years, what world was back there, back then, and back there. I was living in a village, and there were no smartphones, no internet. So people were living in a bubble, right? And especially if you live in the village, it's a small bubble. And the information you get are really just information from the TV, from the newspapers, magazines, and from school, and from family, and from people you meet, and that's all. So it was like really different world back then. So what I could dream of, my family doesn't have business background. My father was bricklayer. My mom was working in a factory. So So it was really, I didn't have any people I could learn from, I would say. So it was it was the dream of 15 years old who was living in that bubble. And the dream was, it was time when, we were deciding what we will go study, what university to choose, what profession, what I want to do in my life. And I wanted to be a vet doctor, probably, yeah. I was thinking about medicine, but then I chose the travel business, so tourism. So that was probably the dream. But mm, I'm sure today, if I was 15, I would have different dreams.
Like, like what
Like
dreams? Like what
like
if you were 50 today?
Well,
You might have.
I don't. It's impossible to talk about because I'm not 15 anymore. I'm 50. So, and I didn't grow up in this era of information, like post-information era, even. So maybe you should ask 15 years old today what it's like, because there are new jobs. If you go to the job portal, there are totally different kind of jobs which didn't exist back then when I was 15. My parents wouldn't even understand these jobs. Like, what is it? Like, what this person can do? Like, some social media marketer. Like, what is it? Like, and artificial intelligence is coming. And you can find artificial intelligence requirements in almost every job, or every other job on the job portal. So um, I can imagine, like, kids today are scrolling on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. So they probably dream about this influencer, being influencer, or content creator, and so on. So I really don't know, because um, I cannot go, back back there in my 15s and to have this knowledge of today's world. Today, mm, for me, or if you want to talk about my dreams now, um, I don't even have any like big dreams or goals today, because
Well,
it's so much everything, information, disinformation. It's so confusing, this online internet world. It's just too much of everything. So I kind of feel that sometimes it's good to be in some small bubble and just relax, read a book or something.
okay, to take me, a blind person from Pakistan, visiting your village, and you're receiving you receive me from a bus station or railway station on an airport, and then you are taking me to your village, and you are showing me your village through your eyes.
Okay, so this village I live in is interesting because there is the ruins up on the village, remains of some fortress. It was, the Slovakia is full of such ruins and castles, and my village is situated on that line, which was like defense. I don't know if you know the history of Austria-Hungary Empire. So we were like on that border. So that's why the border is like full of these remains of ruins, fortresses. So we usually go and visit them. Um, so my village is one of them, one of the villages who has these ruins above on some hill. So that's probably the interesting part, the interesting fact about this. And otherwise, there are a few houses here and there, and forests and meadows. That's it.
Your village is pretty very interesting for the archaeologists who have some sense of history, and those who want to look back through these ruins or what do you call the archaeological structures. Or and then you said the best part, I mean, which I love most is the meadows, the green, the lush green fields. I love, to me, that's more interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Now,
beautiful
what
in plain
was what was your
information.
age?
Hmm?
What was your age when you left your village first?
Well, I left for the studies at the hotel academy, and I was 18. And when I was 21, I left for Czech Republic, and I was living for 20 years in the second largest city in Czech Republic.
Wow. Yana, what was the most significant thought that just went through your head when you were 18 or 21, when you just you came out of that village bubble, the village bottle into a bigger bottle? What was the main difference? I mean, what was wow factor? What was scary? What was interesting? What was so lovely? And what was so boring?
Well, it wasn't for me like I was whole my life until then, imprisoned in the village bubble. I was visiting cities and I was studying in the city next to our village. So it's not that I was like for 20 years in the village only. I traveled, I visited the cities, and of course it's different to live in a bigger city. Today it seems very small even for me. When when we talk about Karachi, it's like nothing. um, what was difficult when I moved there, well, Czech Republic and Slovakia were once one republic, Czechoslovakia. We have very similar languages. Czech language and Slovak language is very similar. It's I would compare it to Hindi and Urdu. You can understand each other, right? So there are little differences, different words, but basically you can pretty understand. And I lived in Western Slovakia until then. And if you live in the border um, with Czech Republic, the languages get mixed. So I understood everything. People here understand Czech language because they were watching Czech channels, TV channels. So there was no language barrier. Um, but I was still surprised. When you come to different country, the adjusting is difficult. You don't know the people. You don't have the family there. You don't have friends there. It's all new people. So it's like you are starting from scratch. You have to meet people, make friends, adjust. Then you it's much better when you start to speak their language and get closer um, to their language. Um, and then it's much easier. But in the beginning, it was still difficult, which was surprising because we were, brother countries. So it was surprising that still it was difficult to move there. And I felt, that distance from their people still. But every foreigners who are coming to even to Europe, not just Czech Republic, but Europe, they say European people are not smiling. They are not as kind. Um, but I think we are just reserved people. We like to be straightforward, so it might feel rude sometimes. So it's like that.
Well, I mean, when it comes to the rudeness or like being straightforward or like being not that smiley, it's almost similar to Asian. We Asian people are similar, but I mean, as the world is advancing, the things are changing everywhere. Now you and me are global citizens. I mean, these. I mean, I have been having a feeling that these borders are like these lines. I mean, I don't know why have we drawn it, and we have made them so serious that I mean, people of similar nature. I mean, where I'm from, you might have been to Pakistan. This is one of the very fanatic country that we have taken these borders too seriously, that I mean we people are killing, dying. I mean, I don't know what we have done. I mean, it never convinces me to be that serious or to be that I mean to take it to that high degree that we kill each other for these borders. I mean, this does not make any sense to me.
Yeah,
Instead,
I have
yeah.
seen the document about the India Pakistan, how they split, and it was, I could compare, Czech Republic and Slovakia split also. It wasn't people's decision, it was a decision of the politicians at power. But okay, we split, and the one thing was that there is no religion thing, so people didn't have to move that much. The republic was just split. There was a border created, and that was it, right, for people. Not so many people decided to move to Czech Republic to live there, or Slovakia. So maybe that was the reason it was peaceful. It's just it didn't even come up to mind that we should fight over it. So it was sad to see that film. Actually, I don't remember the name of that film, but it was about that Pakistani creation. Actually, how Pakistan was created, founded. And
Not
as you say, the borders, we created the borders. And if you see the planet Earth from the space, then there are no borders, right? So the borders were created by people. We have these systems and religions, and some country has better laws, some country has worse political system, different cultures. So yeah, it's a pity we cannot understand each other, and we create enemies. But it's still, probably we are biology still driven. So we are still these animals with this amazing brain. And the brain, brain can itself cheat you and manipulate you. So maybe once we understand our brain, how it works, and why we behave the way we behave, maybe it will be more peaceful in the world.
wow. I mean, that's my that's my pain point. I mean, you're right there, that our brain cheat us. Okay. I mean, my next question is, Europe once was very divided. It's still, I mean, it's like, I mean, there are a lot of countries right now also, but back in history they were fighting like we are.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
what changed? Uh, Normal, I mean, historic Europe to the modern Europe. I mean, what's the difference? What was it when you decided not to fight and coexist in peace?
You know the history of the Schengen and European Union. It was basically created to stop wars between the nations, the states after World War II. And what it means basically economic dependency. We became economically dependent. The business is connected through the borders in Europe, and if you have interest in a different country, in neighboring country, you don't go and fight it. You want to develop the best possible economical, political environment so the businesses thrive, and people as well. So that was the reason European Union was created, and the Schengen zone, and that's what happened. And we were probably lucky to have smart people to be able to do that. And of course there are people who don't like it. Europe has a lot of restrictions and rules people don't like. For example, nowadays it's artificial intelligence and social media. Some people can perceive that as a fight against it, but it really, if you watch these big US companies, tech companies, and artificial intelligence companies, developers, we in Europe we are maybe slow because of all those rules and restrictions, but also careful. We want to think about consequences, what where this can lead. And maybe that's why these big tech companies leave the Europe and go to the US, because there is more free space for this tech in Silicon Valley. So I still believe that European Union is right here, that we should think about consequences, and we should have the laws. And even if it's not perfect, I mean, I believe that Europe is the best place on earth to live in, because we still have laws that protect people, and more fair space. Maybe it's not perfect, but I think it will be better still, because now Europe Union has to stand on their own feet after United States and Trump thing. So and we have still war in Ukraine, which endanger everyone in Western Europe. So, and Slovakia is the neighbor of Ukraine. So we have war behind the doors.
I've
So
I've
it's
got
another.
I've got three friends like yourself in Ukraine, and I have interviewed them, and I really feel the pain they are going through, and there are a lot of things which are still not on media, despite the fact, I mean, your part of the world is very much into the news, but I mean there are still things when you talk to the locals and the pain they are going through, the all the time, even if no bullet is hitting you, but this if there is firing, look at the amount of pain you are going through, and the sense of insecurity that's killing, that the kids, all, I mean everyone is so disturbed. For sure, since you're the neighboring country yourself, you might also be feeling the heat, as you were saying by yourself. Yeah, there are a lot of things to go. I mean,
I
again,
Yeah.
was that can normalize the situation. What's that? I mean, why
But
are we
but that
fighting? We've got only one blue dot, that is Earth, and there are lines. Why can't we live in peace? I mean, look, you being a person from Europe and from the Western Europe, and I am 1,000 miles apart from another part of the world, and I mean we are discussing something in very harmony and very very nice manner. I mean, why is that? I mean, I am killing your kids and you're killing my kids, and just because you wear something different, or or like you eat different what I eat, or you think different just because of the mindset. I mean, why can't we live in peace, and why can't we respect others' mindset or their thinking and liking or disliking? What's that?
I'm not a historian expert to, and it's very complex topic why we are like that. I think we are still really like animals with this brain, and we still behave. We still have these reflexes, and um, y- you know. My favorite book is 7.5 Lessons About the Brain from Helen Feldman Barrett, and she says the brain is not to think. Our brain, people's brain, is not to think. It was not created to think. It's basically the manager of our body energy budget. It manages our energy. Um, I can give you an example situation. You are standing at the railway station and waiting for the train to arrive, and there is a blind person walking, and that blind person ended up falls down on the trails. You see that. What's your first reaction? What's people's first reaction? What do
To
you think?
go and save him.
Mm-mm. The first thing people do, they look around. First, they look around to see other people's reaction, and to see if there is someone else jumping on the trail to help that person. That is first reaction people do in such situations. They look around and they are seeking their reaction, how other people react to the situation, and so our brain can evaluate, am I going to, and it just happens in a second. Our brain is evaluating, is it worth to go and help that person? What is there for me? Because I'm spending the energy to go jump and help the person. The brain is calculating all of that. And of course, you will go and help the person, but in that first second, your brain is evaluating if it's worth your energy to actually go and help the person, because there is no gain probably, right? So we are really just sometimes it feels like we don't even know why we behave the way we behave. So why there are people who are starting the wars, and the question is not even like why there are people starting the wars. There will be probably always some people like that, but the problem is that the majority of people is silent, like it happened in World War II. The majority of people let it happen because they don't understand where it leads, where it goes, what will be the consequences. And today world is very dangerous because social media is amplifying, that propaganda, disinformation. It's very easy um, to just push your opinion, narrative out there publicly. You can tell the lies publicly. It just gives a second to make some fake post, some lie, and it's spread in seconds, and it becomes true, and people believe in all these conspiracy theories and all these disinformation, misinformation, and they don't need facts because they are emotionally driven. They don't need facts. People don't want the truth. They want to believe what they are comfortable to believe. So I think the key to have better world, peaceful world, is somehow to be responsible, um, to be to have this media knowledge, like how the Facebook works, how social media works, what is fake news, how I find out if it's true, to to check the sources. It's a lot of work to actually find the truth. The science. Imagine the science. The science is based on facts and on the testing and on research, and it takes so much time. So you can just lie there every day on social media, but to prove that you are wrong, it takes time, and the truth just comes too late. So people believe lies more, and they are emotionally driven. You can just put the red title on the post and you get more engagement. You post hateful stuff, you create some enemy, you hit the table, and people like that because there is someone else responsible, someone else strong enough to tackle the problems, and they elect these people. They put trust in these people because they think they are strong enough to solve the problem for them, so they don't have to. So the reason or the way to fix it or improve the world is probably teach people how to be responsible in like every area of our life. And we can start, with just being responsible for the trash on the street.
Okay, I mean, this could go. We can go even more deep into it, but I mean, I really want to look on onto why don't you have dreams now? When having a dream is very easy, and if not having dream tells a huge big grave story. Why don't you have any dream now?
If people ask me what is my dream or goal, I would just tell them that I just want to be happy in whatever I do. Um, so I might not have like I might not find a passion about like anything, um, but uh, but the reason for me, whatever I do, I just want to be happy doing that. So I'm still looking for it.
Wow, that's cool. If you're still looking for it, is cool. What was that has made you stop dreaming?
It's not that there is something to make me stop dreaming. It's just the priority change. I had different priorities when I was younger, when I was 15, when I was 8, when I was 23. My priority changed through the life. When I had kids, the priority totally changed when you have kids, right? The kids will become your priority. Then the kids are older and suddenly you have enough time for yourself, so you can find something else. I, for example, like to study languages. I didn't even realize that, but I was studying like Russian, of course, at the school because it was obligatory back then. Czechoslovakia was under Soviet occupation, so we it was obligatory to learn Russian at school. But later, after revolution, the space opened for other languages. So I studied Esperanto language, I think, for several years. I studied English language, German for a little while, but German is really not my favorite language. I was very interested in Japanese language. I started to learn Japanese language, and now, thanks to my daughter, passively I'm learning Korean language, but just passively, So um, maybe that fascinates me, and I can consider it a hobby. But to become better in it, you need practice.
What's
And
so interesting about Quran?
Korean language,
Korean. Okay.
Korean.
Korean language. Okay. So what's so interesting about that? I mean, it's the Korean culture or like their literature or their civilization. Or,
Everything is interesting about different culture brings you a lot of new things. When I was in Pakistan, I tasted the fruit which I never had. And in Asia, also in I don't know, in Thailand, you have fruit which you have never seen in your life. So it's interesting to discover new things, to see what they eat, what architecture they have, and you can see it through traveling or films. And of course, the language is part of that culture. So it's fascinating for me that you learn few phrases, and you can understand a little bit. And also in Czechoslovakia, there was time when a lot of people emigrated to America, and that's why in America, there are a lot of Czech and Slovak people. A lot of people left Europe for America, and I was always like thinking how it is. How it was for these people back then to go to totally different country, like continent on the sea, and they didn't understand anything. They didn't learn English before they left back then. They just went. They just decided and they left, and they didn't understand the language. So how was it for them? How it is possible to learn language just by being at that country? And of course, it is possible. They proved it all the time. And now I can see that I can learn Korean language just by passively, listening to that language every day. And of course, it's a very slow process if you don't learn your grammar, and it's slow process, but slowly you will learn how to recognize their specific words. And it's same for Urdu. I also hear Urdu like every day, and even if I don't learn Urdu seriously, I can slowly recognize the words. So that's fascinating for me, for example.
okay. You travel the world. I mean, Yana traveling the world and Yana not traveling the world. What's the difference?
I would be probably really because whole knowledge I can thanks to traveling and curiosity about other cultures, and that action actually and decision to go and talk to people like you, that I actually go and talk to people, and I don't create and build that image about other countries based on what I see in the media, in the TV, or what other people say, but I actually go there and meet people and talk to people. So it's eye opening, mind opening to travel. So I would be totally different person.
Find Pakistan.
One more time.
How did you find Pakistan, and how? I mean,
Mm.
how when you never? I mean, before visiting Pakistan and after visiting Pakistan, what's the difference?
I probably didn't have any information, like much information about Pakistan. Um, Only that it's Muslim country, and we had this image, or we saw the photos of these buses, and on the top of the bus there were like people, and um, then you go to the different country and you see it with your own eyes. Well, it's I would actually advise it to everyone to go to these countries which are totally different, because you really come humbled, and it was difficult to be there, to visit, to be there, for me, for a European. I always say Pakistan is country of huge extremes, and these extremes are like going in one, hand in hand. Like, you are very generous people, very kind people, but at the same time you are inconsiderate of each other. And there is this poverty, and you see these people sleeping on the street, and street full of trash. And then you have these bubbles, like Bahria town in Karachi, and these cities like bubbles, which are very clean, and even almost luxurious. For example, I visited a restaurant which was like gold there, gold there. But then I went to the toilet, and the toilet was disaster. So, you know, mm, uh, so much contrast, so much opposites, like amazing cuisine, right? Your food, you are experts in meat preparing, the best ice cream in the world, mango ice cream. But you eat on the street, or you are not careful and you get sick. So the poor hygiene. I always say that to eat on the street or in some restaurant, I say that I should probably go and check employees' toilets. What is their space to actually do proper hygiene? Because they are preparing your food. So, and your people were showing me this architecture, amazing architecture in the city, this beautiful street, but it wasn't maintained. There was trash everywhere, and it's such a gem in in Pakistan, and it's not valued by your own people, right? So there are these contrasts there, which make it very difficult mentally, because you are still in this extreme, like extreme amazing things and extreme horrible things. And when you come to Europe again, back to Europe, you um, you know I felt like very humbled. Like I'm actually happy and glad that I was born here and I live here, because this system probably works better, or it seems better. It's more fair. It's people are considerate more of each other somehow, just by driving in the car. People follow the rules, and people, the rules are not always fair, but if people follow the rules, then you are predictable, and there is more trust in the society. And when is more trust in the society, you feel more safe. So I felt grateful, actually, returning home.
Wow. Through a magic wand, if you become the Prime Minister or the Chief Executive of Pakistan, what are the five things that you would do first day?
Why you ask me to fix Pakistan? I don't want to fix Pakistan. You have 259 million people. So why you ask a foreigner who doesn't know much about Pakistan to fix it? I'm sure you have like this capital, social capital. Uh, so why don't you use that? These people who live in your
Well, I
country.
mean, this is academic. I mean, few
Mhm.
things I could figure out through your discussion, but I mean, I want to dive deeper. I mean, since I am in the same mindset as you said, I mean, you came to Pakistan, and there are certain very grave things that you just uttered, but I want to just dive deep into it. If you become the Prime Minister of Pakistan or Administrator of Pakistan, what are five things you would do first day, and what the next day, and the next day? What was that? That could take us closer to what you are.
How am I to be, the wise person who would fix
Take
the
more.
whole,
I
whole
mean,
problem? You
it's
have
just I'm just conditioning.
you have government after government. You have so many people. So why, right? Why is
Why? I
poverty?
mean, come on, you know
Why
why. I mean,
people look like
I'm not referring to the governments or any other things herein, but I mean, I want to see through your eyes. I want to think through your brain. I want to feel through your feelings, or like someone
circle?
who has the because I've never been to the world. I mean, I could visit only the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but none other countries. I've never been that fortunate. But again, I really want to know what are what are those things that as a you as a European or the foreigners would want to do at any cost. I mean, what are those?
If it was that simple, um, don't you think it would be solved already like long time ago? Your people are in poverty. They are not educated. 60% of illiteracy, literacy only 60%, I think. So people really don't have means to take care of themselves, like to stand up from the poverty. They think about the dinner, next meal, next day, right? If there will be some or not. So how these people actually think about any other issue to fix? Why would they go to fix the hole in the road or to pick up the trash if they don't know if they will eat tomorrow? So um, the problems in Pakistan, you will not be able to solve that until the people are have full stomach, and only after these basic needs are fulfilled, after that people start to think, about okay, what's next, like what I can do. Um, but that's just my opinion. I don't live there, so I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start. But and so in order to get these people from poverty, so they at least not are not hungry, and so they have the capacity in the brain to think about some bigger issues. What to do? Well, the one way is what Rehan School is doing, right? It just gives opportunity to poor people to use technology, because there are people in Pakistan who cannot read and write, but they have phone and they have internet. So, and today they have artificial intelligence in the phone, so they can learn. They don't have to even go to school, and they can learn, and they can learn the skills, and they can actually work on the global market to earn some money and to get from the poverty. So um,
Well, I will not have any question on what Rihan is doing. He is doing a tremendous job. I mean, to me, he is larger than life, and he is my mentor. And I have also taken this teachers training, AI teachers training boot camp, and I it changed my life. This what I am. just because I'm speaking to you, and I was a person, I mean, who, like, I mean, as we were talking before going live, similar. I mean, there was no difference of uh, when we first had the discussion between me and Rihan himself. What he's doing, he is centuries ahead of what my people in this part of the world think. So, but I mean, we people, we only celebrate the dead. We only thank the dead. Until unless they are alive and they are within us, we can touch and see them. We never value them, as you said about our historical assets also. So that's what I mean. So unfortunate about this. So I hold him so high. He is the real leader. He's a leadership architect. He is not only the leader, but he is the architect. He is the architect of the leadership. I mean, he devised leadership. He is generating, and he is making leader. He is king maker. He is leader maker. Like king maker is leader maker. So what he is doing is amazing. I can speak about this hours and hours and day and another. I have been doing so since you
Mm.
know the structure. Right now, the challenge to Rihan school is the remote jobs. The kids, they are amazing. The girls and boys are doing tremendously wonderful. But I mean, I am also on the hunt. I mean, I am interviewing the people all across the world, and I'm trying to hunt jobs for them. Until unless they have remote jobs, the dream will, I mean, this will take a little more longer. So what's that? I mean, you and me, or the people who are attached to this system or who have been attached to this system, can fetch the jobs to these young dreamers.
You're asking if actually the countries that do better can offer jobs to people in Pakistan, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I mean, I am trying to connect as many as people around the globe, trying to fetch remote jobs, some jobs for these young kids, not only these young kids, but even hardcore professionals in my country, just because poverty is one of the major factor that is holding us behind. As you said, the taste is amazing, the fruits are so delicious, everything is here, everything is here, but the stomach is not full, that the creativity lacks, and hence everything else follows. We are poor in discipline, poor in the my uh, thinking is this is all about scarcity of mind. This mind is cheating us, and the scarcity is here, and this is not only mind deep, but this is into the DNAs. So I mean, what I'm working, this abundance is against that,
You
opposite
know,
of scarcity.
I was
So
talking about that when you were asking about me as a child. Uh, I didn't have anybody in my family who taught me entrepreneurship or business. So it's the same for probably Pakistanis. You are lacking leaders in the communities who would teach people who in their communities about new opportunities on the global market. So there are platforms. Um, so these people, if they don't know about that, then it means you are lacking leaders. Who would do something for each of the communities they live in.
that's really true. That's very really true. And Rihan is trying to fill the gap. I mean, now my whole endeavor to first, especially, I mean, I do learn a lot. I mean, when I'm speaking to you, the people in Silicon Valley or in America or Europe, another part of the world. Yeah, just because you people got more knowledge, more experience, you're the visionaries, you changed the world. The problems were almost similar in your part of the world also as we are facing here in Pakistan. But I mean, the prime factor remains again the poverty. So Rehan is, I mean, all against poverty. He's elevating the poverty. I'm also trying to follow his step. I keep asking, like, I mean, I would ask you also, what is that these kids here in Pakistan can help you with, and or help your economies or your professionals or your part of the world, any small or big thing that can be done remotely from Pakistan? What's that?
I don't know about that, Zafar, because I don't have a company that would have such needs. And if I talk to other people who might need such a help, they are probably scared because the quality of the work done, the discipline, trust, is there. Um, do they can trust some remote worker? Is the quality of their work, and then the communication, even like communication, we in Europe, for example, the English language is not the main language. We speak different languages, so even for Europeans, the English language is some kind of a barrier. So so um, but there are platforms there, so people can try start to do the job, some on Upwork, on freelancing, so they can start and to see if it works. And you have to be very disciplined to actually be able to earn on these platforms as well. So you know um, you're asking me about the magic wand, like some trick, some magic. And yes, that's exactly what people in Pakistan expect, even from Rehan school, like, oh, it's magic and AI, it will make everything faster, like our kids will be like geniuses in 1 year or several months, maybe 2 months. How is it my kid is not earning in 2 months? Like, what is this? uh, there is no magic. There is only hard work, discipline, um, learning, practicing, working. There is no magic. You just have to still working hard for it. So, for example, if I go to the forest here and I see some trash on the street, people left there. We have a lot of tourists coming here because of the ruins. So I go and I just pick that trash from the street. Do your people do that? If they not even are able to take care of their street in front of the house, why they um, how do you expect them to do, like, um, solving bigger problems of Pakistan?
Well, that's the hard reality. This is the truth. Okay, I leave the discussion here as long as this remote job and things, and but we'll keep talking about this, and we'll finding the ways to fetch the jobs to the young ones, and we'll talk about the quality and trust issues also. How can this be addressed also in our further discussions? But now I would love to dive deep into your the life of energy. I mean, could you get me three instances in your life when you felt so high, so happy, and so energetic?
Well, it's connected to the chemicals in your brain, right? What your body is actually releases. You have this dopamine, serotonin, and so on. So the different activities make your body to release different chemicals, and so what to do to be happy. You can exercise, you can go to swim, you can read a book, you can listen to music. The music is source of um, good energy. Well, depends which kind of music, maybe, but um, go to the nature and listen to the birds and the wind in the trees, and you know it depends what you expose your body to, uh, and you are responsible for what your body will release also, like what situation you are in. It releases these chemicals to make you motivated to survive. So it's, again, it's a whole science. But I would like to actually come back so far to that remote job. If you build some good quality platform, for example, um, the Western market can rely on, so and Pakistani people can jump on, then if it's reliable, it will be usable for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, since you're coming back to the point, just I mean, there are certain things I can advocate for in Pakistan. Like, uh, do trust me. I mean, we here in Pakistan, if you're next time you come to Pakistan, I would love you to see people who are the co-founders
Oh,
in Silicon Valley.
I don't say that Pakistan is only full of poor people. No way. There are really good quality, educated, and people who actually do something. Of course, but it doesn't affect or impact the whole, the whole country. So
That's where, I mean, that's where probably, I mean, you're finding me reluctant to get into this topic. There are, like, I mean, half a dozen instances in this 1 hour discussion that, I mean, I don't want to go into those things,
mm,
because I want to do what I can. As Rihan,
yeah, yeah,
he's my
yeah,
teacher.
exactly.
He says, I mean, come on, we'll not talk about other than both of us. I mean,
Yeah,
now
do
we are two. We are not 8 billion people talking about, and we are not talking about like 200, like 259 million people here in Pakistan or in European Union. But it's you and me. That's why I just asked. I mean, you and me. How can we not? It's not only one country. It's the global economy is in recession. Everybody needs, I mean, next dollar. Everybody needs better money, better quality of life. You're living, you would be aspiring for better. I mean, it's true for Elon Musk also. It's true to everybody. That's why they are trying and striving hard. In my country, you would find people of all, as you said, the extremes. But this is true for also bad, good things also. You would find the people, fantastic people. They are co-founders in Silicon Valley. They are best of the business. As you said, the barrier town, the barrier town was built by a person who is not educated. He's entrepreneur, but he has no degrees. He has got only 10th grade degree, and that was also by the grace marks. He is an amazing story, and this country is full of such people. The industry stands on such people. I mean, you look at the college dropouts. They are the building iPhone, Apple companies. The Bill Gates of dropout making this. I mean, this is altogether a different. It's different discussion. When it comes to when you take my interview, then I'll be speaking. But here, I want to know more about you. Like, I mean, you've been to the world. What is that that you can make this world a better place? What's that? I mean, was one single thing that you have, and by doing and repeating that skill or thing or whatever, that you can contribute to your society and mine too.
Well, what is that one thing I can do to make the world a better place? Well, maybe to explain things I understand, to persuade maybe people around me that they could vote for different kind of people, um, to share information that they, in my bubble where people um, probably don't speak English even, or they don't get this kind of information like about Pakistan, right? So this is what I do, um, but like globally, um, the only way is probably to yeah, to be online and share things, share what you know. That's the thing. But even this interview, we are just speaking about stuff, and there is no action, right? So there must be an action after speaking. And it's let's not speak about changing the world. Start from small, like from your street, or pick up the trash on the street, or in the forest. Just let's start small things.
That's really really amazing. I am really thankful to your thoughts. Okay, the three advices you got from your elders, and three that you want to give it to your young ones.
The advice from the elders, well, um, I don't know if it's advice from my elders, but I'm already like elder. So um, I would say I would give an advice that old people, even old people, are not sometimes wise. They expect that the world, will be same. That they still expect that the world will not change. Um, so it's difficult to talk today because artificial intelligence is changing the world so fast that we don't know what will happen in 5 years. And what advice could you give? Like, nobody knows anything. And there are like so many advices online. Um, and probably the advice would be it's just too many things happening in the world. So I think the most important thing is to evaluate the information, and to think about consequences more, because artificial intelligence is not like a car, or I don't know, a refrigerator. It's a very dangerous tool. And education in this field, it's very slow, so it can go wrong very fast before we even are ready to understand what's going on. So advice, I don't know, it's difficult. mm, I hope it will not end up so badly that we will just wish each other to survive. I hope so.
Well, I that's why I hold my best self back so many times, just because Rihan himself, he always tells me, when you are taking interview, let the guest speak. Otherwise, I can go in an hour at least. I can speak for 1 hour. what this AI can give, has the opportunities in, and this will not be scary. The future is not scary, honestly. I mean, trust me. Look at the. I mean, if I like talk about the technology, technology has always helped humankind. I mean, look at when the
Mm,
world did not have the wheel and when it had the wheel, when it did not have the electricity and when it had the electricity, and when there were no industrialization but there was industrialization, when there were no computers but there were computers, there was no internet but there was internet, there was, I mean, or and coming, I mean, could just, I mean, fast forward when there was no AI and now there is AI. I mean, this there's not only AI, artificial general intelligence is already under process. You know, there are beta version available. The people are going for the soft launches in artificial general intelligence. I mean, and the very soon there will be artificial smart intelligence also. So the AI is just around the corner. Things have changed your life. It has made you. It has facilitated you so much. I mean, this will do so much in the future also. I mean, look at the trend of the science and technology. It has also provided the betterment. This is we who has made it the wrong uses. You know, the atom bomb we dropped on humankind. This is we did it. I mean, the atom bomb never tells us to do that. I mean, whereas we can go for the powerhouses, the nuclear reactors, we can generate electricity, we can do millions of things, and scientists have done it on chromosomes. They have generated so many new species out of it, and they have generated a lot of things. I mean, I can go for hours and hours, and just because I am also student of Peter H. Diamandis in Silicon Valley, he is he. I mean, this abundance wala has come from him, and this is what, I mean, Rihan has endorsed me to be the abundance wala. And abundance is what, I mean, this against scarcity, and the scarcity is here in our head, in our brain. I mean, we think we are scarce. We are not. I mean, come on. I mean, how many nights you slept without food? I mean, we have always been taught about the scarcity of food and scarcity of certain. We've been told that there would be wars on water. Why would be there wars? I mean, we have shifted our energy resources on renewable energy already on 60%. I mean, by the end of this 2026, this will be like 65 to 70% of the resources would be on renewable energy. So I mean, why would we be fighting for the water? We can generate water out of here. We can pull from the ocean and we can clean it. And I mean, the things. Look at the AI itself. I mean, it has already given you millions and millions of jobs already. They are in the market. I mean, not, this is we who are scarce, who think otherwise. I mean, there are trillion. I mean, there will be trillion opportunities by, I mean, by the end of 2030. I would say the things you won't be able to handle. I mean, we are not handling it. It's, I mean, really handle with care. Intel inside. I mean, it's AI inside. I mean, we. This is in fact, this is time not to think about. This is time to execute. I mean, as you said. I mean, we are talking as you very well pointed out. This is time of execution. We've got. I mean, we were slow in brains. We've got the brain. I mean, second brain is AI. Let's. I mean, just use it and let's do things. This is all about execution. Now you or me, I'm talking. This is fantastic. This is thanks to technology. I mean, without internet, without these devices that are in your friend and mine, I mean, would it be possible to talk about each other? Would it be possible reading one's another head or brain, or knowing each other's feelings? No. This is the time that now we have to act and act very fast. I mean, as you said, in my country, we are not poor people. Honestly, you go to the poorest of the people, they'll serve you best of the food. They'll host you. You've been here, and they'll. But the problem is discipline. The problem is the mindset. Mindset is the problem, and we are. Scarcity is in the brains, and the brain is cheating us, as you said. I mean, you were referring to the book also. I mean, I would love to know more about that also. If you can provide me the link, I'll be happiest person to go through. And but it's all about the mindset. As you are you just because of the mindset. I am me just because of the mindset. We are trashing our street just because of the mindset. You are not trashing, rather you are delittering or you are cleaning those just because of the mindset. Somebody has groomed you, trained you, and gifted you the discipline and the discipline of disciplined life. So I mean that's what we lack. I mean in my part of the world, those who are disciplined, they are doing amazing. We are best of the best in technologies. We are the best. Look, I mean, we are nuclear state. Being that poor, the literary streets, the poor, I mean, the, the worst of the bathrooms and the toiletries, everything. We made this atomic reactors, and we are nuclear state. Look at despite all these, and whereas I mean, look at other countries who are much better than us, but they didn't do. But there are a lot of plus, there are a lot of negativities. But I mean, since you and me are here, I would love to have your thoughts, final thoughts on my country and my people, and I would want what you and me can contribute to pay back to the this blue dot world.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we already discussed this, like what we can do for to make things better. I already said that we can start from small things to fix. We don't have to go for saving the world, ordinary people. We can just go and do a very small thing in our communities to help a neighbor or something. It's just enough, and to educate ourselves and to know how social media work, how artificial intelligence, what's the background, like what's the consequences of using artificial intelligence. Of course, people say artificial intelligence will destroy the world, but it will not be our AI. It will be people misusing it, and we can see what's happening in the United States. It's happening. So think before the consequences. And you say execute. Yes, do something, do this small thing. But if you are gonna execute some serious thing, then think about consequences first.
Thank you so much, Yana. Now I would go for the rapid fire and the quick questions and quick answers. Okay, your best movie.
Oh, I don't have best movie. I don't like these questions like best movie, best song, because
Best
I
book.
cannot decide.
What's
The
your
best
best book?
the best book, like for me, well, I guess it was that 7.5 lessons about the brain. But for sure there are probably much other other books which would I find amazing, and they are still waiting on the bookshelf.
Your favorite time pass, leisure time.
My favorite time.
I mean, what do you do in your leisure time? What would you love to do? Your hobby.
Hobby, I guess swimming, going for a walk in the nature, visiting, mountains, caves, ruins, castles, listening music, reading books.
The country you want to visit again.
The country I want to visit is the country I haven't visited.
But I mean, again, okay, cool. I mean,
Again, I don't know. Again, probably Switzerland in summer, because I was in Switzerland in winter, and I would like to visit Switzerland in summer.
Okay, okay, best leader of the world to you,
Best leader of the world.
and why?
You mean I should choose from presidents?
No, 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 no. Any person whom you think leader, it may not be president. It could be some cobbler. It could be some haircut. Any person, the leader who changed the world.
I think the best leader, I would still choose from the presidents, but I don't have the expertise about the presidents or the leaders, because the leaders, it's who lead people. They are not perfect, but I would still go for Barack Obama, or I still actually admire Slovak former president Zuzana Čaputová. But
And three reasons
there are,
why do you prefer him over others? Any three reasons?
if I think about that, amazing leaders are even Zelensky, who is defending Ukraine. He's basically defending existence of the country. There are amazing leaders in European Union, I would say, still. And there are these historians which are not leaders, but they are really source of very objective facts, interpreting facts. So historians have this good compass. I would say it's a very complex topic. This it's not
Okay.
for
Okay, cool. Okay.
question.
Two things you love about Pakistan.
Two things.
Yeah.
Well, of course, food and food, and that thing that from such an environment can actually rise people who do these magic things.
Okay, cool. Two things you hate about Pakistan. Be candid and frank.
Traffic,
Traffic and
traffic, and the poor hygiene.
oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. Two best persons you met in Pakistan.
Two best person.
Yeah.
Well, I know Rehan Alahwala, but there are so many amazing people. I mean, I met so many amazing people. Well, of
You may
course,
not name, maybe you not be remembering them, but what did they do? What was that? I mean, you loved about.
what they do, well, they care. They feel that social responsibility, over stuff they could ignore.
Okay. And what's your favorite destination in the world?
Oh, again, destination. It's probably home because we love to come home, right? So it's probably home.
Okay, okay, okay. What do you love most about your home?
It's just, that my body and whole my childhood was here. So it's my brain cheating on me again, because you cannot get rid of years and years and time spent here. So um, it's, yeah.
Okay, okay. When you say my brain cheating on me, what's that?
Mm.
I mean, what should I understand about this?
You know,
How a brain can cheat
I,
one?
Why do you think I told you that my favorite destination is home? Well, because I spent probably the most time of my life at this place. I spent childhood, and childhood is the magical year. It just ingrains in you. If you are like up to 10, you are just consuming everything from your parents, and it just becomes part of your software and hardware, even like so it's just biased, feeling that it's that home is your favorite destination. It's probably for most of people, just because they spend this childhood time here at that place where they were born and raised for first 10 years.
Okay, our brain cheat on us. Can we also?
Of course, if you
How?
understand why. um for example, in that situation I talked about at the railway station and the blind person, people might feel like ashamed and asking, ourselves, like why I first think, the person is in danger, right? The person is there in danger. Why my first reaction and action is that I look around and look at other people, like what they will do, why, and one would feel ashamed that why it was my first action. I should just jump there and help the person, right? But it's just how our brain works. It's our brain is not to think. It's our survival machine. It help us survive. So that's how it works. And if we realize and understand what's behind that action, then we can teach the brain to maybe in next situation react differently. It's hard, but the least we can actually know is to understand why we behave, why we feel the certain way. If we understand that, we can change the neural connection, make new connection slowly.
Thank you so much, Yana. It was really, really amazing. I would want you to please give me your final thoughts before we leave.
Oh, final thought.
How do
I,
you, my question is how this was like icebreaker. How's that we can collaborate together to make this world better place?
I think collaborate is just. I think it will be enough if we just are able to communicate and understand and listen. And if everyone does that, I think it would be already the better world.
Really amazing. I have also experienced it over the last couple of months, like maybe 5 to 6 months now, that I've been podcasting, and Rehan, he has pushed me to go, and he loves most about the thing that what I do. He's so happy with me, my podcasting, and the I keep talking to people like you're a change maker. Yeah, no, I mean, you've got big heart, and you think about the positivities, the good things, and if you're when you're finding something which are not normal, like the littering or the hygiene issues, and you have the concern. You're so genuine. You're so straightforward. Still, you, despite the fact people may not want to listen about bad things, or like we are courteous enough generally, we don't even talk about it. I mean, I was so amazed, just because you are so concentrate about our betterment. You you thinking seriously about the world, to be out of poverty, to be out of poor hygiene, to be out of illiteracy, towards light, towards knowledge and information, and towards use of. And you appreciated much about Rehan's efforts, what he's doing, and I mean I can see you're part of Rehan's mission. I mean, and you are in fact. It's not only his mission, but it's anyone who has heart, anyone who thinks a little bit about making this planet a better place. It is really, really amazing seeing people. I've been and what disturbs me most is these mindset difference of these borderlines, the lines, these borders. These are mere imaginary lines. We have made them a matter of life and death, and we've done. I mean, our whole life and the generations after generations, economy. I mean, we have sacrificed everything for these lines. I know we all die. I mean, generations came and gone. Everything we are here will not be there. But I mean, these these things would be there. I don't know why would anybody of little sane mind would fight for such things and sacrifice one's life, which we can't take them to our grave, or we can't take them to our next life. So I really fail to understand. And I really, really admire when it comes to you and you say that, I mean, communication. You are a leader. You are already communicating. I see your interviews. You are talking to kids, young kids, the big ones, the people of every age, and I see you. I see you a leader, and I would love that European Union must have the leader like yourself. You are a person who is a mass communicator. You can impact the masses as you know. This is your proof of concept that you can, if you can impact me, you can impact million people like myself. If you can impact Rihan community in Pakistan, you can do same for the entire globe. And you are already doing there. You are doing wonderful job. I this interview is not just another communication with you, but I have always been longing to talk to you. That you are changing the world, you are changing the brains, you are talking to, you are not only talking to the young minds in my country, you are gifting whatever you best have for yourself, you are giving them. And honestly, my generations to come and myself will not be able to thank you enough for this. And I honestly, I feel humbled, obliged towards people like yourself and from the entire globe. We people here in Pakistan, we need the leader like yourself, because I mean, when you talk to my people, just because we've been slave generations after generations after generations and centuries over centuries and centuries and yet centuries, despite the fact we've got in people in government who look like myself, who speak what I speak, who eat what I eat, but the brain set is different. That it has not changed. These are masters and we are slaves. So uh, we need people, free people like yourself, free people like Rihan, free people like Mother Teresa, free people like Edhi, free people, anyone in the entire globe like Martin Luther King or someone like Gandhi, like Jinnah. These people were free. So people like Iqbal, I mean, in my he's I admire him so much, and the like people, my Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did. We need people like them who can free us from the fear of death, fear of hunger, and who can make us abundant and who can convert our scarcity mindset into abundance mindset. Thank you so much for being abundant. And the word thank feels so smart when it comes to thanking you. Thank you so much, Jaya. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for invitation.
Thank you, and see you soon again. And I want you to please get my connection on LinkedIn. Are you you're on LinkedIn? I have sent you my connection request, and please accept my connection request. And I would want you to get me some hotline or some WhatsApp number or something so that I can be on your phone also. So that I want to communicate with you vigorously. I have got certain ideas that we can work together. I have got certain projects on sustainability also. So I would love to share my thoughts on such communication lines also. Thank you so much, Yana.
Thank you.
Bye bye. And see you soon again.
Okay, see you.